Mr. Early,
Yo,
could you introduce yourself, please?
I'm Jeff Early, aka number one half of Team A1. Been rocking and rolling in Virginia wrestling for, I don't know, about 3 or 4 years now.
All right. What made you want to become a professional wrestler?
Made me want to become a pro wrestler. Well, this doesn't have a microphone. So, when I was a kid, I really liked playing wrestling video games, and that's all I really knew about wrestling. My two favorite guys to play as were Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. They had the coolest moves. And then one day I'm flipping around the channels on TV, and I come across Doc Hendricks or Michael Hayes hyping up the Iron Man match going up between Bret and Shawn at WrestleMania 12. I knew I had to see that match. And when I did, it absolutely changed my life, and I knew that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to put on that kind of show.
So where and when did you begin your journey?
Well, that's kind of a interesting story. I was at a KB Toys back in 2002. I was like I was 15 years old, and I was looking at some of the action figures, and one of the guys who works there happened to be a pro wrestler. His name was Spock Holly, and so he saw me checking out the figures. He came over and talked to me, and we really hit it off. And then he offered to get me involved in the business, so he brought me in. The following summer, I was 15, 16 years old, and I started training with Richmond Lucha Libre, a local group that was getting pretty hot. And through them, I started working a lot with El Sucio and the Kamikaze Kid. And just one thing led to another, and now it's 11 years later, and here I am.
Right. Within your 11 years, what is your most memorable moment?
Down. This is
ridiculous.
Yeah, well, I'm ridiculous. Probably the most memorable moment. Last January, January of 2012, Zach Hilton and I had the honor and privilege of working for Ring of Honor at the Scope, and we got to work Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas. And the ovation that we got, I don't remember the match so well, but the ovation we got from the crowd, it just rained down with all the the pink and black streamers, and all my friends were there. Everyone who I ever told I was going to do this to made it out to that show, and it was just so fulfilling after 10 years at that point, to really be on that stage against those guys I watched when I was in high school and training and whatever, and thought were top notch. I got to work with them on their platform, so that will stay with me.
Right. Where do you see yourself, Jefferson Early, within 5 to 10 years? Where do you want to see yourself?
5 to 10 years, man, that's a long time. It depends on how things go. I'd love to, I'll be happy as long as I'm still in the business. I don't care if it's here, I don't care if it's ROH, I don't care if it's WWE, TNA, some other indie promotion. I'm really proud and really happy to be a part of this business in any capacity.
What is one thing that you would like to see happen in this Mid-Atlantic area? A big event, what would you like to see happen? Something big, monumental.
I think we've got so much talent in this area, and I would like to see some way to get them the exposure they deserve. We just did the show. Thank you, Sean. I am pretty. We just did the show here in Gloucester tonight and had, 100, 150, something like that. And that's a great crowd, and they had a great time. But there are people here who can go on a bigger stage. I would like to see, I want something to come out of this. I want NWA Fusion or SPW or some promotion to get the recognition that this area deserves. I want it to be one of the top indie places in the country. You don't have to be from Philly, you don't have to be from Texas to get a legitimate organization going. I want this to be the area people are talking about, and this to be the area that produces.
Pretty much, you want to see more guys from here get that shot.
Yeah.
And build a name for this area, kind of like Christian York is doing right now.
Yeah, right. Christian York in TNA is amazing. And it's surprising to me that a guy that talented took that long to get there. But everyone's got their own struggles and their own battles.
So how would you feel about a war game situation where the companies of this area, the major three,
Yeah.
SPW, VCW, Fusion,
Yeah.
how would you feel about that being a big show one day? Try to maybe sell out a campground or something like that, but we could at least get 5, to 1,000 people.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome.
And all the best talents around. Who would you want to work, whether it be singles or as A1?
Yeah.
Whether it be with,
Well, I mean,
Zach.
A1 have our best matches with Brandon Day and Aiden Chambers, bar none. But we've done that, and we're going to do that again. So if it's a show like that, if it's an environment like that, I'd kind of like to see me and Zach in the singles. I think we could do something really special.
One-on-one?
Yeah.
Would you like any kind of gimmicks? Would you want it to be like a street fight, or would you actually just want to be a 20-minute time limit, one pinfall kind of match?
I'd like to straight wrestle him the first time out.
Straight wrestle Zach Hilton.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good to me. Well, thank you, Mr. Jefferson Early.
My pleasure.
Say goodbye to your fans.
Your pleasure.
Okay. That guy.